Okay, video 2. So this video is going to talk about one of the major groups of little people that are in my area, and which is Saskatchewan, Canada, and we'll take it from there. So the one group that's popular in this area, they're called the hairy people. And yeah, it's a funky name. They're 2 to 3 feet tall. They are covered in hair from top to bottom. Their hands, their faces, everything. They don't dress the way we dress. They're just completely covered in hair. And they're small little folks, and they live along the embankments around like lakes and rivers and that type of thing. So that's one of the ones that are in this area. They're very mischievous. They love to play pranks on people. They love to move your things around. They love to hide them in very bizarre and unusual places. What are some examples? Like, I mean, it's just some of the things they do is so outlandish. And it's not done out of malice. It's just a prank. It's done out of fun. But it could be like tedious if you have to, you know. For instance, we can go to the farm. We can all go to bed, and the doors and windows and everything are locked. And you can wake up in the morning, and your purse might be hanging on the tree outside the window, kind of thing. Or you can have all your car doors locked, and this happened to my car, and wake up in the morning and look outside, and I'm horrified. All 4 of my car doors are wide open, my trunk is open, my hood is open on my car. Everything that was inside my car is placed outside the car and underneath the car. Every single button and switch that's inside my car, for the wipers, the radio, you name it, has been played with. You turn on the car, the wipers start going, radio is cranked up, but nothing is stolen, nothing's destroyed. It's a prank, right? So you just gotta go and close the hood, close the trunk, pick up all your stuff that they placed outside your car, and they take great care into, you know, placing things, you know, gently underneath your car and whatnot, and to put everything back. And that's with your car doors locked and everything else. It's funky. You can go to bed and wake up, and everybody's shoelaces are tied in a gazillion different knots. You know, it's that kind of thing that they like to do. They like to play pranks, kind of make you work a little bit at it, and they have a good laugh. But it's not done out of malice, and they're mischievous, but they're incredibly wise when it comes to medicines and that type of thing. They have been known to trade medicines with people. And when I say medicine, it could be anything from sage to asafoetida to whatever. They will just go and help themselves to what they need. They don't ask you for permission ahead of time. They just go and help themselves to what they need, and they usually leave something in return. So if you're low on a certain something, ingredient of whatever, they might leave that in exchange, or some sort of tool or something they think that you can benefit from. They will leave that in return for whatever it is they take. They have also been known to play with children, and they'll be really protective of kids. But once the child reaches a certain age, like maybe around 7, 8 years old, the age when kids start to question things like, you know, how come you live in a riverbank kind of thing, or, you know, stuff like that. Once a child reaches that age and gets kind of older, these hairy people will be really mean to them. They will start pinching them, making them cry, to the point where kids will come home crying with bruises, saying that, you know, their little hairy friends aren't their friends anymore. And the reason behind this, it's believed that they do this to protect themselves. They don't want children leading adults to where they live, or bringing like undue attention to their kind, or where they live, or that kind of thing. And I mean, that makes sense. The way humanity is, anytime we find something new, like a new species of something, the first things that people want to do is slice, dice, and dissect it, you know, slap it under a microscope, see how it works. So who knows, maybe that's their reason, but whatever it is, they will play with kids. They like children, but once the child gets to a certain age, I think for their own survival, that's why they turn around and they'll start being mean to that kid, just to make that kid not want to be friends with them any longer. But yeah, for the most part, they're good to have around. You know, they're mischievous, and once you get older and you're an adult, and I think once they know whether or not they can kind of trust you, then they will choose whether or not they'll have more contact with you. And that's just the way it is with those ones. I'll end it here, and I'll go on to the next video. So you'll see you guys in like 2 shakes.